What is this thing that you're doing?
It's a wave of water.
Oh, that's actually pretty dang good. I don't think I can do that.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Yeah.
learned it from one of my hooligan friends when I was in high school.
Did you guys
He,
practice together? You're like, oh, okay. Let me learn to wiggle it just
what,
right.
yeah, like you know how when you're young and your friend shows you something, it's
Mm-hmm.
like you're hanging out in their room and you're just doing whatever, and he whips out like the best hand wiggle I've ever seen, and he knows it. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
that's why he wants to show it to me. And so like I attempt, and we basically spend the afternoon him trying to teach me how to do this wiggle thing.
Uh-huh.
And so, I love those tiny habits that you have as kids that people, like, you get like proud of this small thing that you do because like you can't really do too much when you're that young, you know?
For sure. Well, I mean, what's the gist of it? How do you wiggle your hands like that?
It's I don't know, it might be like a kinesthetic intelligence,
Well,
but
I got
it's
none of that.
like it's less like a hand
Uh-huh.
thing and more like a finger thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
So like you notice my wrists are barely moving.
Yeah.
And then I think like if I had to, because I didn't plan on doing this, I just kind
Mm-hmm.
of like was riffing hard. And if I had to, it's basically like imagine the tip of your finger is like the head of a snake, and it's like trying to go as far as possible one direction
Oh,
instead of the
okay.
other. I don't know. Maybe I look back at this and I'm like, oh, that wasn't very good.
Oh, okay. Well, but anyone who's like just listening to audio, we just spent the last few minutes
Wiggling
trying
our
to wiggle
hands.
our hands like a snake. And yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for joining us, Jam, Shy, Drasul, 7794.
I mean, they posted that 25 minutes ago.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think they're
right. That's
here.
25 minutes ago. Never mind.
I'm gonna pin your cast.
Mhm.
The bots on Twitch are still there,
Oh,
but so the
this is a really complicated one.
yeah, they're tell him Philip sent you and to approach respectfully. He's a big name.
Wow. Oh, there's another one.
Yo, the bots are attacking her Twitch. That's really funny.
Wow.
Um, how's your week, Kristen?
It was busy. I was traveling for work and stuff like that. So just trying to get back to routine. Glad that it's a long weekend in the
How,
United
how was
States.
that? I know you haven't done that in a little bit.
Oh, it was busy. It was busy for sure. I did do some retail therapy though. So I told you I forgot my
Mhm.
headphones when I was coming there.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. You bought some headphones?
well, I got the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra Gen 2.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
you
mean
know,
it's not an audiophile's headphone. You know what I mean? It's a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a business traveler's headphone.
Is it? I mean, is it just good noise canceling, or what is it?
Yeah, yeah, it's like most known for its noise canceling because it used to
Gotcha.
be like aerospace engineering or something. Is that what Bose used to do? They had some like engineering background. So
Yeah,
so they were one of the first ones to come up with really like noticeable noise canceling.
gotcha.
Yeah, this is not sponsored. I wish I was sponsored by Bose. That'd be pretty sweet. And like this one, it's the sound quality. Like, okay, I have my Sony
Yeah,
MX4
compare. Do
here.
a MKBHD review right
I
now.
know. Right? That's what this show has turned into. Um, and the sound quality on Sony, I think, is better. Like to my not trained ears, like
Yeah.
whereas the Bose, the even the equalizer app that comes with it, you can only change like three things, like bass, the mid, and the treble. Like whereas Sony has a standard, like a whole bunch of little dials you can dial.
Right. It's like baby's
So
first audio file.
yeah, yeah. But the reason why I got this is comfort. Like it's like the Sony, if you get the latest version of this, the MX6 or whatever,
Hmm.
it's like or XM6, it's not comfortable to wear. Which like
Uh,
no matter how good your thing is, it just doesn't
yeah.
really work. Yeah, whereas Bose
Yeah.
is like much lighter and more like, and it doesn't clamp as hard. Like the Sony,
Okay.
like I have a big head. It like it really clamps down on the other side. So
Have you ever worn the headphones with the open back?
oh, the fancy ones. I mean, I've tried at
Are
my
those
friend's
fancy?
place.
I don't even know.
They're more like for audio, right? Like actual good music and stuff.
So I thought they were just so you had spatial awareness. I didn't think that they improved audio in experience at all.
Oh, well, I
Well,
have
I
no
don't know.
idea what I'm talking about.
Like
But
I'm not a, there's a brief period of time when I
mhm,
was like, all right, I'm getting these like Sennheiser, whatever,
mhm,
however you say the brand name, and I had like nice headphones that were like nice
mhm.
for 2 years, and then I
Yeah.
just never went back to it.
Mhm. But yeah, I feel like this was a treat because like as you know, my brand of tism is the sensory stuff. So
Sure.
I feel like the noise canceling and blocking the world out through covering my ears is really important part of my life.
I think so. I think this was a convo we had on one of our previous episodes. But
Mhm.
do do you think if something like a noise is bothering you in public,
Mhm.
that's your fault since like you can always get noise canceling headphones?
Well, no, I think it's my fault because of Buddhism. It's a very typical teaching, which is like, if the sound is bothering you, the sound is not bothering you, you're bothering the sound.
I mean, that also kind of creates a lot of perverse incentives.
In what way? How am I being perverted?
If if everything is truly like your own fault for not
Mhm.
oh, don't let it bother you, then
Mhm.
you're effectively giving bad actors carte blanche to do whatever they want.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It gets into boundaries, right? Like
Yeah.
you still need to maintain boundaries. But I guess it's like sort of like you maintain boundaries. Like you state you don't want the noise. At
Yeah.
the same time, the secondary annoyance that comes from being annoyed by the noise is what we're trying to cancel out. Like you can be like initially annoyed
Mm.
by the noise, that's normal. But then being annoyed at myself or being annoyed at the noise and all the variations of that. Yeah.
So is the difference that you carry it forward past the moment of awareness? Like
Yeah, when
that's the
we
bad
spit
thing?
out. Mhm.
Okay. That's interesting.
Which is like
Then
most of human life, I think. It's like most like 90% of the suffering is the spitting out afterwards, and 10% is the initial annoying thing.
I don't know if I believe that to be true, but I think it's false in this moment.
What type of lawyer answer is that?
Well, I mean, I don't want to agree with something that is like a value judgment about the human experience without thinking about it.
I know,
And
and I just also gave an arbitrary percentage. That is not an actual
well,
percentage.
so that's the thing. I was just like, is it really 10%?
It is
And
very
then that
triggering. Yeah, I know. But then how would I say if I say like most, in a way that's even worse because most can mean a variety of percentages.
I would prefer that because most has baked into it a
Mhm.
range of possibilities.
Oh, okay, okay.
When you anchor it to a specific number, then it becomes falsifiable. Or like more concretely falsifiable. You know what I mean? Like
But if I don't say the percentage, then how do I know? Maybe for most I was imagining 90 and you were imagining 60.
do you know how like automatic transmissions work?
The car, no,
Yeah. Well, so
it
like in
magically works.
this is a little bit of a stretch of the concept, but manual transmissions like basically you get gears, different size gears up to a specific RPM, and then like you like release and engage the clutch to like move a gear from one set of ratios to another.
Mhm.
An automatic transmission is a little bit fuzzier in that like there's this, I mean, there's liquid inside the manual transmission too, but the gears kind of like move between these different shifted states
Mhm.
in like a fluid way, and so there's like a tolerance where like what I'm trying to say is you thinking that most means 60% and me thinking that most means 90% is
Mhm.
already baked into the communication of using the word most. And so the assumption is that we don't actually need to be right about the specific number. We just are trying to be directionally right because that's the useful part of the conversation.
I'm imagining the ChatGPT summary of this episode is going to be like, and the two debated on the use of the word most over using.
Like I would argue that less precise words serve a specific purpose. They aren't inferior to more specific words. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, you're correct, but that's also less fun for a podcast or stream.
Yeah, I mean,
My job is to rile you up, so that worked.
Yeah, no, it does. It definitely grinds my gears.
Yeah.
No,
Right? Because okay, so here's the thing. I like you, and when you and I talk like normally without being broadcasted live on
Sure.
air, I'm not like this.
Well, I mean, you're a little like this.
Huh?
You're a little
A
like
little bit.
this.
But yeah, getting a rise out of you is funny
Yeah.
to me.
You know what I realized when we picked water as the topic?
Mm-hmm.
Like we meant it in the concept or like in the theme of, hey, like watering plants every day. We're talking about arcs and what to start, what to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that process of, figuring out the next big arc of your life
Mm-hmm.
is the little things that you do every day to support that.
Mm-hmm.
I also realized that it could very easily be interpreted in the David Foster Wallace, like what the fuck is water framing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking about the similarities and differences between those two things. Have you thought about that at all?
No, I have not thought about that. We did talk about water, the book, or the speech, some
The graduation
episodes ago, right?
speech, like
Yeah, but I don't
a
even
year
remember the
ago or
title of that
something.
episode.
Hmm?
I don't even remember the title of that episode.
Me either. Maybe it was water. I didn't check. I don't think so though.
I don't think so. Because I remember when you proposed it, I was like, oh, that's a weird one. But it would be funny if it was.
Yeah.
And this is Water version 2.0.
Yeah. For anyone that's unfamiliar with the story, it was a graduation speech by David Foster Wallace, the author. He basically describes a little anecdote in the speech of two young fish are swimming along. Oh, you got the printed version?
I did.
Yeah. So two young fish are swimming along, kind of minding their own business, talking about the day. An old fish comes by and stops them, just like, the water's very nice today, huh, boys? Then swims off. And the two young fish look at each other and go, what the fuck is water? And like it's a framing device to talk about the things around us that we live in and experience and don't really think about all that much.
Yeah. And the book doesn't have that many words in it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think this.
You can print your essays into a book so easily. You just have to put very few words on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna do that. Like it's like an instant. It's like an instant authority hack to just put your digital words on paper and then say that you're a published author.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, this is by Little Brown and Company, which is one of those big publishers.
Little Brown?
Yeah, but I learned because my friend Vicky published a book through Penguin Imprint that there are these like specific little publishers, but they all like roll up to like essentially only 3 or 4 big publishers left in the U.S.
Yeah,
so
that's how consolidation goes.
Yeah, but yeah, we okay. So we were originally going to talk about like watering and taking care of ourselves and our life.
It's funny that you go to taking care of yourself.
Oh,
because I don't. But that's.
Oh, whoops! I thought you were. I thought when you said watering plants, I thought you were the plant.
No, I mean I very. It doesn't mean I'm not talking about that, but I was explicitly talking about proactively doing things to support what you want to do, which taking care of yourself falls under, but isn't how I typically think of it because I don't take I take very good care of myself in some ways, and I don't think about it at all in others.
Mm-hmm. So what were you thinking about when you think watering plants? Your family?
I mean, yes, for
habits?
Sure. What was that?
Or habits? Like, well, what are the things then?
Yeah, so I think I'm really trying to think in terms of the next 10 years, 10, 20 years right now.
Mm-hmm.
because I'm kind of hitting this brick wall of, oh, what's up, Priyanka? Thanks for dropping in.
Thanks for dropping in.
Like
How's it
I'm
going in
hitting this,
Canada? I'm trying to say the Bad Bunny way, and that was a fail.
the what?
The way
What?
Bad Bunny said Canada when he was
Oh,
listing all the countries in Super Bowl.
oh, I didn't,
I think I
I've
just
seen
made
clips of
Priyanka
it, but
cringe very remotely. The ability to make someone cringe from thousands of miles away is amazing.
yeah, it,
Just as in Hydra.
I do think that's pretty impressive. Um,
Sorry, you were saying.
yeah, what was I saying?
Oh, I was asking you, what did you mean by watering your plants? Like, who are like, what's the metaphor here?
Yeah, so you don't water a plant and then it sprouts the next day and then bears fruit the next day. Like it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm in a phase of life where I'm really confronting the reality of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in your 20s it's really easy to feel like you have time. And and you do in a lot of ways.
Hmm.
And I'm a little younger than you, not like super like that much younger than
Super
you.
younger.
Yeah, no, I'm you're ancient. You're cooked. You're chopped.
I hung
Um,
out with my friends who are 10 years older than me like last week, and then I was like, oh, my birthday's coming up, and then they were like, psh.
nah. Yeah. Well, okay, so I do think in your 30s is when you start to confront your mortality, unless something has like explicitly happened to you younger to make you experience that earlier. It's like the
Mhm.
natural, oh, the things that I used to be able to do, I can't do unless I orient my life around supporting that thing that I want to do.
Mhm.
And so, like for me, I had a little bit of an accelerated version of that because I have injuries from the army. I have like these. I feel cognitively different than I did kind of in my 20s. In some ways you are much more competent, but in other ways you feel like dumber. At least I do, especially around stuff like I studied math and
Mhm.
things that used to be second nature because that was like my habit. Like, I
Mhm.
just had a ton of practice doing it. I'm just not as good at anymore.
Mhm.
And so, like we were figuring out ratios for converting, volumes of baby formula. And I was just like, oh man, like I need the pen and paper for this. I don't have like the working RAM in my brain to quick do these ratios. Like if I practice for a few weeks, I could crush it, but like just off the cuff, I don't have it.
Especially with the calculator and LLMs on a phone, I'm like, wow, you're trying to do it manually.
Yeah, but so and so like they still have those like brain game apps, right? I might get one of those and just do little
Oh
little
no.
number figures.
Did you ever have the DS, the Nintendo DS, and
I
there was
did. I
this
did. I didn't have the Brain Academy or whatever it was
Brain
called.
Age? Yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't have a middle-aged Japanese man in a giant polygon form, just his head floating around yelling at you to be better at math.
No, I got that. I got that from Katamari Damacy. I got my
Oh,
fix
yes,
of
it's very
the.
actually it's very similar vibes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I used to practice a lot so that I could get to the optimal age, which in the game for some reason was age 20.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust most 20-year-olds to make important decisions, but
Right? But yeah, that's what they decided was the sharpest mind is age 20. Like that's the highest level you could be.
the
Oh.
the raw number I'm less concerned about,
Mhm.
but like I'm confronting this reality of there's only so many things that you can do in your
Mhm.
life, in your day, and I don't think it's a failure if you don't accomplish them, but I think like I was talking with my buddy about this yesterday. He's also a new dad. He's about a year ahead of me on the father journey, but
Mhm.
we still we overlap in a lot of other ways
Mhm.
too. He's a good guy, and we were talking about how do you design a kind of like professional life where you're as happy as possible in your mid
Mhm.
40s,
Mm.
because like that's kind of that's like long, like that's far enough away that like the little things you do over the next few years will really compound to a potentially very different life in both good and bad ways. Because we both know people who chose certain decisions and their mid 40s are terrible. Like they're physically sucking. They, nobody in their life likes them. They might have a ton of money, but they're just like miserable. And I don't think either of us are in danger of that, but we also want to be, you don't want to just let your life happen to you. Like at a certain point, you want to start making decisions that are more in line with what you want versus like more in line with what the world is going to shuttle you towards. Which is basically like a catatonic like phone doom scroller. And so
oh man. Yeah, for sure. And Tori said that is interesting. 20, I don't trust her. Oh,
Yeah.
You must have been a fun 20-year-old.
I'm
I'm trying to remember, what were you like in 20? That was during your college years, right? Like
yeah, I was
EMI years.
I would say I was a man of extremes. I was either like I had two modes: extremely focused and disciplined with lifting and schoolwork, etc., and extremely rowdy.
Oh,
And so I was either in one of those two states.
that sounds fun.
I mean, like I wouldn't want to be a trash can at 2 a.m. in Rockbridge County, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like I'm glad I like went through that phase of life, but very much so like neither of those states are where like neither of those states served the truest part of me. It facilitated what I was like on the path to do. And I still think like getting into those modes periodically is, a part of a rich and varied life. But I was just one of those two things. And like that dude is a tough hang, I think.
Oh. Well, Tori said she is a peak party gamer. Now I want to know, are you like playing games at parties, or are you playing party games like Mario Party?
Yeah, or are you like doing hard drugs and on Xbox Live at 2 a.m.? Like I don't understand.
Or do you mean like LAN parties? Remember that used to be a thing?
Yeah, I mean I am old enough to have done a few LAN parties.
Oh, okay. You just had the cutoff.
I mean, it was like I vividly remember Xbox Live, the creation of Xbox Live and how that changed being a kid with a video game. And so, I definitely was not peak LAN party era, but pre Xbox Live and a lot of like the games my friend and I would play were computer games. Yeah. Tori, exactly. Yeah, we knew that feels more. I get that.
Playing D&D and LANs and drinking.
Oh, I never answered the watering question.
No, I distracted you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was meandering with all of this contextualizing. Surprise, surprise. Like this is I haven't brought it up before because I wanted to do it for 6 weeks before I brought it up, but like I've been every other day or so sketching, like pen on paper. I have no desire to be like a multimedia or like multi-form artist, but I've always wanted to be able to doodle well. I doodled a decent amount when I was younger, but I mean, you've seen my handwriting. It's dog water. And so like I just never had I never put in the hours to get the motor control of my fingers to like do a drawing that I wanted. And as I've done the sketching for the past 6 weeks, I also realized I didn't see objects the way that like a person who is good at drawing or painting or whatever sees objects. And so one of the things that I wanted to do to like the person I was in 10 years was to have done not a crazy amount. Like I probably spend 5-10 minutes every like few days, like, just like sketching. I have a little book of like, hey, try sketching this, try sketching this. and
Do they give you any hints? Are they like, it's kind of like this, or is it like kind of
no,
like,
it's literally like, you know, for like this week, just sketch people on their phone, or this week do
oh,
trees,
mm-hmm,
and it's
mm-hmm,
it's kind of like it's more like a vibey book than an
mm-hmm,
instruction book,
mm-hmm,
and so and it's just been like a tiny little. I mean, like I'm not good at it. Some of
mm-hmm.
them come out, resembling like a real life thing, which is very
I have a
satisfying.
feeling I'm not good at it. It's actually pretty dang good, but
I mean,
share it
I'll
on the Discord later. Oh,
well,
you have any handy now?
yeah, like I got a little stuck. Um, so I don't know if you could see like
Oh, that's really good.
the
I mean, like the objects are represented in the 3D fashion. There is shadow and shading and tone. Like this is way
yeah.
better than the average person.
Actually,
Oh,
I got really so I like set rules for myself
uh
on
huh.
like I'm gonna work through the kludge part of it
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
like you get to the point where you're like, oh, I'm actually pretty not good at this,
Mhm,
and it hurts your ego, and so you want to stop.
mhm,
And so every type of object has like a page.
mhm,
And so I got through like three pages, which is like 6 or 8 drawings on each of them
mhm,
pretty smoothly. And then I got to the people on phones category, and it
mhm.
was just so hard. And so I just finished, like I started that one on January 11th,
Mm,
and I avoided doing it so much that I just finished the last one like a couple days ago.
that's really good.
And so these are, you know,
Oh, wow. Are they like people you see on the street, or where are you encountering these
well,
people?
so the book assumes I touch grass way more
Yeah,
than I
yeah.
actually do. And so I just looked up pictures on the internet.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing these what is it called? Implying air, like going outside and finding someone and trying to
Well, that,
surreptitiously draw them before they move away.
well, that's what the book wants you to do. And I would
Yeah,
say like
yeah.
the most instructional the book is
Mhm.
like with sketches, you can't you can't, hyper realistically represent anything.
Mhm.
And so what you're really trying to do is pull a couple characteristics
Mhm.
that will like share the essence of the thing.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
so, if a dog is, I mean, it's like your friend's book. Like if there's a dog and the dog is really shaggy fur, you draw like a shaggy thing, and it's not
Mhm.
going to be like the fur of the dog, but it's
Mhm.
like conveying the sense of shagginess,
Yeah.
which I had never really thought about in terms of drawing. And so it's nice in that, like in the same way that like when you learn a language, your brain kind of
Mhm.
like changes. And
Mhm.
so for me, like kind of plowing the ground for this different way of literally looking at things,
Mhm.
is one of the watering things that I'm doing.
That's really nice. And Tori said, "Have you tried Zentangle's doodling meditations?" I've seen the
No,
books,
I
I've
don't know what
never
that is.
actually tried it. It's like one of those you can find them in a lot of bookstores, but back in the day, I don't even know if it's a thing anymore. But
Hmm.
they have patterns that you can doodle. And Tori also shared that this is something that she's done, like in a library or coffee shop. It's real easy if you make it a 2 to 5 minute study. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm assuming here you mean like drawing people, so that's super neat too.
Yeah, I think, I mean, the other thing which I bet resonates with you is it's really hard
Hmm.
to make an imperfect drawing, even though everything you draw is imperfect.
Yeah, it was a time when I did like a lot of drawing, but you're like, it's one of those things where I want to be more regular about it, and I never like stick with it.
Yeah,
Like yeah, when like the what you call it, the Drawtober is when I did a whole bunch.
that's
I
fun.
like this bee that I drew the most. Can you see the bee? Bee.
Those are nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's so fun.
Yeah. But it's sort of like, yeah, it's like, it's almost like if I'm in a state of mind where I will allow myself to draw, then at least it means I'm already in a good state of mind and
Is that? I mean, that's Charizard. Hell yeah.
something like that. Yeah, it means I'm in a good state of mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's just something about it that it's like looking in a mirror of your soul.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like like the like for me, it's something that I'd like to eventually be good at, but I
Mhm.
don't want to try to rush being good at it.
Oh.
Like it'd be nice to magically be good at it
Mhm.
tomorrow for sure,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I just feel like I do my best to avoid feeling bad at things, which
Mhm.
like I've been sitting in this Kurt Vonnegut, we're here to fart around
Mhm.
like mentality recently,
Mhm.
and I just don't want to skip that part because that's the part of being a person.
Yeah. But you really helped me unlock through this conversation, like my relationship to drawing. 'Cause it is a little bit like kind of complicated.
Yeah.
Where I'm
That's
like always like,
interesting.
yeah, like I'm like, oh, I wish to be good at it, and I'll say that to my friends a lot, especially like some of those who are really good at drawing. And then they'll be like, yeah, you can, and then they'll be like, oh, you are good at it. You just have to do it more. And I'll be like, like, I wish I do it more, and I never resolved the fact that. In fact, I'm not even sure if it's drawing itself. It's that I wish I'm that person who would be okay with taking the time to doodle,
Yeah.
like that's the wish, the feeling.
Yeah. I mean, it's like with everything creative these days, but I think
Mhm.
visual art has been kind of hit the hardest
Yeah.
with the slopification
Mhm.
of our eyeballs.
Mhm.
It's so easy for someone that has never done anything creative in their life to be like, there's no point in learning to draw anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Or like people who are actually doing like the actual work, and then I see comments that says, "Oh, that's just AI." I'm like, "Oh." You know?
Yeah. So I think I'm talking about something a little bit different. Like that sucks for
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
The thing that I'm kind of talking about is the final output isn't the point.
Mhm.
I think there's very real and legitimate challenges with being like, oh, how are artists going to sustain themselves and make a living doing the thing that they do? But that's like different from the craft of the thing.
Mhm.
Because like we both kind of pursue crafts in different ways with like writing and all this other stuff that we do. I would argue that you have a pretty like well-honed craft in bringing people together, which is something that like people don't necessarily consider a craft, but I think it is.
Oh, thank you.
The
The deep
the
horrors of bringing people together.
Yeah, it's nightmare for me, but like for you,
Uh,
the
and thank you. But the sad part is, it's not just like a personality thing. It's because part of my like day job is event planning. So that's
mhm,
all. There
mhm.
is a craft to it for people who are
Yeah, for
really
sure.
really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody's been to a bad event.
yeah, exactly.
But like the act of making like whatever you're doing 1% better because you
Mhm,
run into like you make a mistake and you
mhm,
learn from it,
mhm,
like that is an infinite repeated life experience
mhm,
that the point is to f- like feel adversity and then overcome it.
mhm,
Just because like I think that's like a fundamentally human uh skill
mhm,
experience. I think it's a need. Like I
mhm,
think if we don't have adversity that we regularly overcome, we
mhm,
wither and die.
mhm.
um, and that's how I kind of view drawing dramatically. No, I mean it's just like no, I just want to be able to like, it wasn't explicitly for this purpose of being able to like draw
Mhm.
on my kids' sack lunches, but that would be fun too.
Aw, that would be
But
nice.
it's like I would just love, whenever it's my time to go, for
Mhm,
all of my personal documents to be covered in like fun little drawings.
mhm, mhm,
Like that feels really, I have been going through some of my brother's stuff
mhm,
recently, and just
mhm.
like, like I got some books from his house, and just like the notes he wrote in the margin, like that kind of stuff,
Mm,
like is just really meaningful to me.
yeah.
And so like I would like to leave some of that,
Mhm.
where in a joyful way.
What was a note that he left in the marginalia that was interesting?
Well, so it's less like a specific note and more like, so he had. I'm gonna see if I can't remember if I put it up on the shelf. But there is a collection of letters from you know, you're familiar with Flannery O'Connor?
Maybe through you.
Flannery O'Connor, like Southern Gothic author, you know,
Mm.
like wrote pretty dark stuff.
Oh,
But so she, you know, did a ton of like letter correspondence throughout her life with a lot of her friends, and a lot of it's like philosophical. And so they'll be
TIL,
like,
she was a woman. But go on.
"What was that?
I didn't. She's a woman.
Flannery?"
Yeah.
Yes, Flannery, I believe, is a traditionally women's name, but
Oh, I
she's for
didn't
sure
know
a
that.
woman.
I didn't. Honestly thought this was a dude's name.
No,
My interest
the
has increased. Go on.
yeah. But so Flannery O'Connor, Southern Gothic author, and like a lot of the letters lean philosophical, or like how do
Oh.
you live a life that
Hmm.
you're happy? Like when you're writing really dark things,
Mhm.
you're probably wrestling with big questions a lot of the time.
Mhm.
And so, you know, it'll be like a letter and he'll have highlighted something that she said.
Mhm.
And so it's just kind of like oh, this is a thing that he was thinking about at some point, or like an
Yeah.
underline or a circle or
Mhm.
whatever. And so it's
Mhm.
just like a little bit of a little bit of I wrote a poem kind of lamenting some of this because my
Mhm.
brother was also a bit of a hoarder, not
Mhm.
like clinical, but you know, just had he had like his, you know, grades from middle school in like a
Mhm.
folder, just like a
Mhm.
bunch of stuff. And so, you know, I call it in the poem this death detritus.
Mhm.
And so like there's some of that that I think is just okay, this is another thing that I have to make a decision on, and it's like not going to bring anybody joy to keep it, but it's also sad to throw it away. And there's other
Mhm.
things that are like, oh, this is a window into a moment in this person's life.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
so,
like an artifact or,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know. Yeah. Tori said, my dad always had the same weird sun smiley that he put on all my lunch notes, school notes, cards, etc. Yeah, like a signature
That's
doodle.
that's funny. It is also funny to get good at like drawing one or two specific things and just
Mhm.
always do that.
Mhm.
Like I think my father-in-law has that.
Mhm.
Did that for my wife and her siblings growing up.
Oh, what was it?
Yeah. I think it was like a Santa Claus,
Hmm.
but or like an Easter bunny or something like that.
Mhm.
Um, but I'll have to ask. But are you watering anything these days?
Well, clearly I was like, yes, I am the plant. Was my reaction,
No, I
right?
mean go into that because that's also useful. And I have some thoughts on self care that because I've been reframing self care a little bit, but I want to
Mhm.
hear what you're talking about.
Have I been I actually feel like no, I haven't been watering my plants, like, metaphorical and real. Now that I'm looking at these, oops, like, as much as I would like. Weird pause as I think about this. I feel like I'm just literally trying to make the basics right now, like getting enough sleep, actually hydrating, and all those things. Like, I put hydrate as a joke. I don't think I'm hydrated enough. Like, I'm turning into Eddie Hall. I've never hydrated.
Yeah, I mean, but that like
Super
that stuff
specific strongman reference. Um,
it's super important. And then Michelle, thanks for dropping by.
Hello, Michelle. Yes, thanks for making it here. You missed me trying to pronounce Canada the way Bad Bunny did.
The
Um,
but Kristen, I got a CPAP, you know, a couple
oh
weeks
yeah, the
ago, and
CPAP. Yeah. Ooh,
it is life changing.
right. Oh, speaking of watering, okay, so to finish up, like, I went to my acupuncture slash functional health practitioner,
Yeah,
and
what
then
kind
I
of
was telling
elixir
her
is
that,
that?
"Hmm?
What kind of elixir is that?
Yeah, so it's like, a mix of Chinese herbs and whatever, and then, like, she even has I know, like, it has, like, dong guai and other things in it because I can taste it, but it's
Okay.
like, before she's given me something, and I was like, "Okay, I can take that," but she was like, "Oh, how much do you need?" And I was like, yeah, just give me a whole month. This is the next time I'm gonna see you." And she was like, I'm just gonna give you, like, 2 weeks of it because I wanna see whether you can tolerate it or not." And I was like, "Uh-oh, what on
It,
earth is in this one?" It's okay, imagine the, what are those little green bottles, like, that you can
what?
like, of, like, herbal liquor that you can get in,
Like a like a
like, Fernet, but, like, the other one that's a little bit more common. It comes in like
I
a sleeve of like leather things that you can see in a bar, like a
I don't.
medicinal liquor.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think I might have snuck some of this at
Kind of
my
like
Korean
Jaeger, but
friend's
not
house.
really. Yeah.
What?
Huh?
What does it taste like?
Well, yeah, it just tastes like like the worst part of every herbal medicine, like mixed in like vodka or Everclear or something. I think it's like harsh in both ways.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm supposed to take this twice a day, and the other awkward thing is that you're not supposed to take it with food because she said, "Oh, you want to maximize absorption by taking it when on an empty stomach." so this patient has not been adherent in the schedule of drinking this. Um,
But so is it like a tincture where
Yeah,
you
the
hold it under your
tincture, you're
tongue?
supposed to, like, drop it, like, ideally sublingually, like, under your tongue, maybe
Yeah,
you can
okay.
swallow it, then whatever, and she was even like, I think you might have to dilute it in some warm water," and then, like, me, of course, I was like, "I don't need that would just
Like you
extend the terribleness of it."
like you can't handle this.
Yeah, but I
This
might
is
just give up and
medicine
mix it.
medicine. That
Oh, yeah, so this is one of the ways I meant to water myself. Oh, Michelle,
so
yeah,
okay.
you might like this. Yeah, this is for the chia. My practitioner said my yang is overactivated, which is almost like the hyperthyroid, like too much like fire and too much like because I'm revved up right in order to do
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, but I need this is like to counter that with more of the yin feminine energy.
Gotcha. Do you feel more feminine?
Well, I feel like if I like, take the time to do it, again, it's more like me taking the time to do it that matters more than whatever that's in here, I feel like.
Gotcha. The process of self-care is part of the self-care.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like at least that's why I found to be more healing. Mhm.
Mm.
Oh, Michelle says if she has herbal powder, you could try that. Much easier to go down with the water. Yeah,
Just do the cinnamon challenge with it.
exactly. Yeah, and I was even like, this is getting very millennial. I was like, maybe I need a chaser for my shot. Like, I was like,
Are chasers millennial? Is that a I
apparently
didn't
it is. I did not notice either, but like I see a lot of these Instagram reels where it's like, you're a millennial mom when you give your toddler medicine by giving them a lemon slice and some sugar afterwards or something like that. It's like a thing now. But I think it's
what?
because only millennials are moms. You know what I mean? It's nothing to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
with being millennial.
Yeah. Kind of correlation, not causation type thing.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's how I've been trying to water my plants.
Okay. So that actually pairs really well with so I've been thinking about self-care in the sense of that's not the way that I like that doesn't resonate with me. Like the concept of self-care,
It's very
probably
woman coded.
I mean, like the idea that you are like it feels gratuitous is my gut reaction if I'm being completely honest.
Oh, yeah, Yuhan calls it being lax and self-indulgent.
Yeah. So it's self-indulgent, it's gratuitous, and this isn't me like trying to normatively judge it. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my somatic gut reaction with my life experience when someone suggests that I do self-care.
Yeah. So what is the
Um,
dude version of it? What's the words that resonate?
So I think it's calling it a refit.
A what?
A refit. Have you
I've
not heard
never
that?
heard of this word in my entire life.
I mean, it's like a backpacking like concept.
Oh, please say more. Maybe I call it something else.
So like if you like say you're gonna climb Mount Everest,
Hmm.
you go from outside to Everest Base Camp, and usually at like the in between stations they'll have some like resources, food, whatever, and then you top up your gear. You make sure all your stuff's good.
Hmm.
Oil anything that needs to be oiled.
Hmm.
You top up your supplies. You
Hmm.
do a refit on
Hmm.
all of your supplies, equipment. If you
Hmm.
got blisters, you take care of the blisters.
Hmm.
In like this concept of a refit, which is like effectively like I guess a masculine coded way of saying making sure all of your supplies and tools, and
Hmm.
of which your body is a tool,
Hmm.
uh, are back to the level that they need to be effective operationally.
Hmm.
And it's the same thing. It's maybe a little bit more like pragmatic, like energy.
So it's like bike fitting or like backpack
Yeah.
fitting or something.
Yeah. Like, the hopefully your backpack is fitted before you start the big old hike, but
Yes.
like at some point you need to resupply, right? On
Mm.
like a big, if you're hiking the Appalachian Trail, like you have to
Yeah.
resupply. And
Mhm.
so usually like part of a refit sometimes is you come off the trail, you take a
Mhm.
shower, you eat like real food for, a day. And so like this concept of refit aligns much more with like my military background, but also just like
Oh.
it, you know, I mean, basically what we would do on deployment is we would go out like 3 weeks at a time to this like more remote posting where we would run missions. And then we'd come back to Kandahar Airfield and do a refit of all of
Mhm.
our supplies and equipment. We'd take a shower, do all that, and we'd refit
Mm.
for a few days and then like get back to the main mission.
Mhm.
Yeah, Michelle, exactly right. Like a reset, recalibrate before you keep on trucking.
Mm.
And like I've been really going back and forth on whether it's the same thing or not.
Mm.
And I kind of think it is. It's just maybe a recognition of the things that one group of people need to, rest and recover and recalibrate is
Mhm.
different.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean dudes can't go get pedicures or whatever. Like if that's energizing for you, go for it.
Mhm.
But like the specific things that like one thing that I really get a lot of like zhuzh from is which I can't really do in my normal life, but it's just like locking into a single player story driven game and playing it for 12 hours straight. Like that's like a thing that I really enjoy doing.
Oh.
And like afterwards,
Uh-huh.
like yeah, I mean, when's the last movie you watched?
This is sad. I cannot even name it right now. Oh, maybe like in a movie theater, it was like the second Dune,
Yeah,
the
okay.
remake. Yeah. Mhm.
That actually might be mine too, in a theater.
Yeah, because
Oh no, no, no!
we have to watch it in
I saw the
IMAX.
first I, s- I saw the first Wicked in the theater. I didn't see the
Oh,
next
I've
one.
not seen any of the Wickeds.
Yeah, no, I'm a big musical theater dude. I
All
was a band
right.
kid. Like I love that.
Mm.
The um
Yeah. So
but I
like,
mean, but
what?
movies are basically books.
Wow, what a controversial thing to say. Let me clip that.
I mean, like at this point, watching a movie
Uh-huh.
is, I don't think it's as good for your brain as reading a book, but it's much better than
It's much better than
6,000
scrolling.
shorts.
Yes, yes, that is true. That's true. Michelle, I still have not watched K-pop Demon Hunters.
The
Yeah. So like, what? To me, it sounds the like very equivalent. Yeah, because for women and other genders as well, I think that everyone has a different thing they like to do to reset. So,
Yeah.
what have you done to recalibrate or refit
I mean,
or want to do?
so I mean, part of it is kind of removing. I mean, we talk about it as the path of an internet person is just
Hmm.
a perpetual cycle of trying to monetize the things that you are having fun doing.
Yeah.
And so like a refit version of that is doing something because you enjoy it and not
Hmm.
trying to destroy it by making it make money for you.
Hmm.
And so the drawing thing is like a version of that.
Yeah, that's a really great one. You're really inspiring me to pick it up again.
Yeah, and it's also like I don't know. It just feels really human to like do like to scratch on the wall of your cave.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so like that's one thing. Taking a lot of pressure off of different aspects of my life is kind of like an ongoing refit. Um, I think in terms of the nuts and bolts of day to day life, I haven't really been able to take like a day off
Hmm.
in a little while. But I actually did. I did take an evening off and I watched House Full of Dynamite.
Oh, is that on Netflix or something?
I think yeah. So I watched it on Netflix.
Hmm.
I think it was in the theater, but I don't know. But it's a like I like. Are you familiar with the story at all?
No.
I mean,
Wait.
it's like
Is
It's
it
like
is it a Edgar Allan Poe story? Maybe I'm confusing it with the house of something else.
like House on Haunted Hill. Is that what you're thinking of?
Okay, go on, go on, go on.
The sigil magic, Tori. I mean, I I
Oh, yeah, I have one of those actually. I don't think you can really see it, but yeah, my friend, this is my sigil that my friend drew.
that's cool.
Yeah.
The but so House Full of Dynamite, real quick, because I know you gotta jump. The somebody launches an ICBM at the U.S. It happens like right at the beginning of the movie, and the movie is effectively like, you remember the show 24?
Yeah.
So it's like like in the style of 24, where it's
Hmm.
like quasi real time,
Oh.
and you see the different aspects of the U.S. government.
Hmm.
Frankly, a competent U.S. government
Hmm.
reacting to it.
Hmm.
People were really pissed at the ending. I'm not going to spoil it. I thought it was an okay ending, but like I really enjoy high pressure kind of movies.
Hmm.
I think we talked about my ideal, perfect world job would have
Hmm.
been like in mission control at
Hmm.
NASA during the Apollo missions.
Hmm.
Like I love this um like managing an ongoing pressure situation
Hmm.
type scenario, and
Hmm.
that movie was like the perfect version of that, and it
Yeah.
like brought me back to army stuff, which like the parts of military stuff that I really enjoyed.
Hmm. That sounds like a great movie. Like
Yeah,
if anyone wants to relax. It's
I
not a
mean, it's not a
relaxing movie,
relaxing
right?
movie.
It's like
It's very like it's intense, but the
Dynamite sounds a little intense.
but like I love that, and
Hmm.
that's probably that's also data of like being in an ongoing tense situation somehow makes me feel relaxed afterwards.
Right, and then I'm wondering, if, like for me, when I'm in a, especially if I get to be in movie theater, but even when I'm watching something really engaging, like continuously, not short, then it feels like, oh, I'm less like attached to my ego of the self because I'm like, oh, I'm really like in the movie and enjoying like a very different experience, and that to me is the break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the big refit thing that I'm doing is I'm being really intentional about playing drums recently.
Oh.
And so like
Ha-
it's like the explicit same kind of flow state of getting out of your own head and being meta about everything, and you're just playing drums.
Are you doing it in a basement?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's like a real kit, right? It's not like
Yeah.
pads or anything.
Yeah, no, I like, no shade on that. I'm just in a situation where I can be banging on drums in the
That's
basement.
so
And so,
awesome.
yeah, I'm kind of like alternating between learning all of the old, like mid 2000s emo songs that I like always wanted to play drums for and just like never had a
Ah.
kit, and, some more modern stuff. But, yeah, I'm having a blast.
Oh, that's really awesome. Well, I mean, if you ever want to share it, I would like to see.
We'll see. Maybe I'll take a
No
picture of it.
pressure.
But good talking to you today, Kristen.
Yeah, thanks all for joining us. This was fun. I feel like there's some nuggets in there that if we have time, we will clip.
We'll try to clip something.
Yeah.
I don't know.